do you ever hesitate to pick up the phone and call somebody from your client database? I'm talking about somebody that you know, like, trust, and even enjoy their company. And yet you're like, I don't really want to pick up the phone and call them. Like the phone is super heavy. If that's you, that's called call reluctance. Today we're going to explore that. How number one, you're not alone in feeling that way. Number two, that it's actually not that difficult to overcome. I'm going to share with you my journey in overcoming it. And number three, it's actually worth overcoming it because it may be the greatest inhibitor to your business, period. So stay tuned to this episode. It's going to be one that's going to unlock this for you. And it's going to turn your business from one that's kind of passive and hopeful that things will work out to very intentional and still very relationship-based, because you know this about this show, is that the Built on Referrals podcast is committed to helping you to build a modern business on the timeless foundation of relationships. Now, speaking of relationships, I want you to think of it this way. If you never spent time with somebody, how much of a relationship would you have? Well, you probably wouldn't have one at all, right? Relationships is spelled T-I-M-E. Like people know that you care because you spend time with them. And if you're waiting for people to just reach out to you to spend time with you, that isn't actually you leading your business, right? It's you being very, again, hopeful. Again, that's what's called a word of mouth business. I hope I do a good enough job that people call me and tell their friends about me. It's probably not going to happen. In today's world in which they're bombarded with so many marketing messages all the time, people proactively thinking about you without you actually proactively making contact and keeping contact with them, like your chances are not good, okay? So let's go through, again, the 5 components here that I want to cover today. Number one is that the biggest lie in a referral-based business is that you don't have to pick up the phone and call people. Some presume that that's just a prospecting business, one that's centered on cold leads that you're just smiling and dialing. Again, like relationships is at the core. It is the essence of a referral business. And without spending time with people and proactively reaching out to them and engaging them, you're not going to have much time with them, and you're not going to have much of a relationship with them, which means you're not going to get many referrals from them, right? And likewise, you're not going to be very helpful to them. So that's the first thing, is get over the fact that it's not true. It's a lie to say that you never have to pick up the phone if you work by referral, okay? Because passive relationships turn into no income businesses, okay? Point number 2, relationships are still the business, right? Warm market doesn't mean no outreach. It's the difference between warm and cold is just your intention, right? With a cold market outreach, you're simply trying to qualify that person to see what you can get from them, right? To see how you can help them with a specific transaction at that time, right? It's all about timing and immediacy, right? Whereas a relationship isn't about what can I get from you now. It's how can I pour into you so that when you need me, you come to me, and when people around you need me, that you refer them to me. Okay, if you're struggling with this component of like, yeah, it really is hard for me to call, oftentimes it's because you are a heartfelt person. You do want to build relationships, and the only script that you've been taught is, do you or anyone you know, are they looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? And it feels very much like I'm coming to get something, and you're not a getter, you're a giver. You're a go-giver. Right? So just know that it's in your DNA to feel this way, but you've got to overcome it. And one of the ways to overcome it is to realize that when you're calling to say, how can I serve this person? What do they need? How can I give to them? Like, what other professionals are they needing to be connected with? What's going on in their life right now where I might be able to be of service? When you have that mentality in your calling, all of a sudden, much of that ice starts to melt away, both for you and for them. Okay, so relationships is still the business. Okay? It's at the core of it. So don't dismiss that fact, or you will have a very inconsistent or a non-existent business.
I have a quick question for you. Are you capturing the referral opportunities that are already within reach, or are you letting them slip through the cracks? Take 2 minutes at builtonreferrals.com/referral score. You'll get a referral score out of 100, quick steps to improve, and we'll send you a copy of the Upstream model, both a digital copy and an audio version. Go to builtonreferrals.com/referral score.
The next point I want to make is that top referral businesses still make calls. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that they organize it based on what can I get from you. In other words, it's not just, are you wanting to utilize my services right now? Yes or no, right? To me, that's very much a prospecting business, but it is having an intentional, organized way of touching the lives of other people. Okay. And it may be more demographic of like, okay, I'm going to be calling these people because they have interest in these things. Let's say that you've got a bunch of people who are big baseball fans and it's spring season and you want to call and talk baseball. Like, that's okay to do a demographic outreach or a geographic outreach. Like, I'm really working on the Scottsdale neighborhood right now, and I'm going to call my clients in that area. Like, how are you doing? Did you hear the big update that such and such a business is moving in or moving out? How's that impacting you? What can I do to help? Those types of calls, again, they're coming from a spirit of, how can I give to this person? What's happening in their lives so that I can serve them? Okay, you faith-based people, this is like ministering. This is like serving. This is like really, again, offering your heart and your soul and your mind to people to see how you can serve them, okay? So that's what I want you to know, is that these top businesses, they're still making calls. They're just doing it from a spirit of giving, okay? They're not calling just to see what they can get. Okay, the next topic I want to talk about is how these types of calls, what they do is they build long-term trust. They're ones of encouragement. By the way, social media, something that will all just be on social media. You can do that, but you're still going to get a fraction of what you otherwise could if you also supplement your social media presence with actual phone calls to people. There's something about voice to voice to an individual that says, hey, I'm thinking about you, I care about you, what's happening in your world, that means so much to people. And by the way, it's becoming more and more rare all the time. And so you can use social media as a window into that person's life to encourage, to celebrate, to mourn with them, to say, how can I help? Or, congratulations on your new job. That's amazing. So happy for you. What does that mean for you and your family, right? Again, not in a spirit of what can I get from this, not this like kind of angle. You're just saying to be a good human. I care about you. I want you to know I'm thinking about you. So that's one of the most powerful uses, by the way, of social media, is taking what's online and bringing it offline. Okay, people will remember that much more than they'll remember you ever liking their post or making a quick comment on it. Okay. Now, this last point I want to make is what actually changed call reluctance for me. First and foremost, I knew I had a problem, right? Because I was tiptoeing around making calls all the time. So I actually engaged a coach, my coach, Amy Donaldson. She helped me to overcome this. She helped me to really explore what was holding me back, why I was concerned about calling. And much of it was that psychology of, I feel like I'm calling to get, right? So she helped me through that. And then secondly, she got on the phone with me. We got on a Zoom call. She'd make her calls. I'd make mine. And what happened is I had no escape because she could hear me, right? And just something about being in the presence of other people helped me to unlock what I was experiencing. And after I made those first couple of calls, I was like, okay, I got this, right? So surround yourself with other people. It doesn't mean you need a coach. Maybe you do, right? So I've got a good recommendation to a great one, number one. But number two, here's what I want you to know, is that be around other people who are doing what you want to do, or people who know that they need to also be doing that. Put yourself in an environment where you can encourage each other. Because if you continue to lie to yourself and say that call reluctance doesn't matter, I don't need it, or I don't really have a problem, right? It's that person that keeps going back to the bar every night, and they are truly an alcoholic and they don't know how to stop and they won't admit it. The first step is you've got to admit that, hey, this is probably holding me back. I would probably have a lot more opportunities in my business, and my teammates would have a lot more opportunities if by chance I would pick up the phone and stay in contact with people. So make it a habit to just start calling people, and do it not because you need anything or because you want anything, just because you're checking up on them. And that will change everything for you being a relationship-based person, a heart-centered person. You'll actually walk away from the calls being like, I need to do that more often. And you won't feel like at the end of the day, like, man, what did I actually get done? I stayed busy all day, but I didn't do any actual real work. These calls will start to change that for you. You'll start to find opportunities within them. So again, my commitment to you on the Built on Referrals podcast is to help you to build a modern business on a timeless foundation. That timeless foundation is relationships. Like, you actually do need to have relationships growing in your business, which means you've got to be proactively reaching out to these people. Stay tuned for future episodes where we continue to explore how to expand your referral-based business. I look forward to the next episode. Talk soon.